Hello and welcome back to Dutchman Seb. So without further ado, let's take a walk through the build and see what we have in store for us over the next couple of weeks. Day 6 at Delta Lima Engineering. We've got the engine ready to be received by the chassis and the gearbox has been mounted. You can see there the 6-speed gearbox has been mated with the engine. We had a bit of an issue with the steering rack, so we noticed there was some damage on the sensor over here, on the torque sensor. So luckily I had a spare rack, so we're going to make two racks, one rack from two. So I've just painted the other one now again, and we're going to remove the inner tie rods because those are rusted, and replace them with the other ones tie rods because those are quite new. But this torque sensor here is not damaged, so this one here had some damage. You can see there it was cracked, so we noticed that only when we were putting the steering rack on that it had been cracked, so from some previous accidental damage. This was the donor subframe that came with this speed sensor, torque sensor. So luckily I had a spare one, which was my original steering rack, so I've just painted it up and made it look good as new. And that's the task, to get that one ready. So we're going to reuse these tie rods from the other one and make one from two. So John, what have we got in your hands today?
We have a new header.
And this is the cheapest race header that you can get that actually gives proven performance. It's a Skunk 2 Alpha Series, aka Mega Flow header, and it is beautiful. That's going to finish off the look on our engine. Absolutely beautiful. So today the engine's going to go in. We waited for the manifold to arrive so the header can go on, and then it's one beautiful piece. So look at that. Oh, the weld with the gold, matching the gold bolts. Looks absolutely marvelous. Yep. So now we're going to see if we get the subframe in. So we got to go back into the car. We're ready to drop the car onto the engine and hopefully try to mate the subframe back again. All right, so you saw the beautiful time lapse of the engine dropping in, and it's basically all fitted in now. So you can see the underside of the car looking beautiful with all the new golden bolts, the beautiful header coming through there, all the golden bolts for the gearbox, looking stunning here. Really looks so good and so clean. All right, so actually after getting the new Skunk 2 Alpha Series manifold into the engine bay, it's actually hitting the steering column. So we actually looked up some research on the website. This manifold is supposed to fit right-hand drive and left-hand drive cars, but they do say that you do need to dent the manifold to fit and clear the steering rack. So we actually have it in the press now with a bar trying to evenly distribute, getting a dent into the manifold. Seems like quite a shame with this beautiful new Skunk 2 Alpha Series manifold, but you actually need to flatten it on two of the runners here just to get clearance for the steering rack column. It's actually quite a lot. It's about a centimeter gap that you need to create. So we're having to put about 2 tons worth of force in it. You can see here 2 tons worth of force to press it in there to actually get it to dent. And this manifold is really strong. It actually bends back every time we take it out of the press. So it's closing the gap here in the runners. You can see the gap here. This was like 2 centimeters, and the OEM is actually touching. So the runners have a lot of space, but you can see here they're touching because they've got a big joint over here. So we're actually squeezing the gap here closer together and then putting a dent here into the pipe to try to get the clearance there. So this is something that they don't tell you when you buy these manifolds online on the website. But I actually had to do some research on the forum online somewhere to find out how to do this. So hopefully it fits. We are getting closer, but what a process, man. Jeez, a beautiful manifold, and then you have to do this to get it to fit. What a lot of work, man. Jeez. All right, guys, so we're at the end of the part 2 of rebuilding the engine. We've got the engine back in the car, and just look at how this piece complements this whole car. It just looks like it's all come together. Absolutely stunning. So today we've connected all the hoses, all the lines, the harness, main connectors. We've done the fluid swap. So fluid change on the gearbox, the diff. We've put in fluid in the engine for the oil. So all the hoses are connected, vacuum lines. So hopefully this week we're going to fire it up. So stay tuned. This is the end of part 2 of the rebuild series. And we're going to get part 3 later on this week when we fire up the car. So thanks for watching. All right, so let's take a look and see what we've done on the list today. So quite a bit has been done. Front subframe has been done. That can be taken off. We have got the gearbox in. So I already crossed it off, so that's been done. Gearbox is on. The alternator also went on. So you can see everything in the gearbox now looking really good. We have got the solution for the windshield washer fluid. This solution has been found. US domestic market. I can see here the windshield washer fluid bottle. So as to compare, that's my usual size, and this is the US version. So you can see the size comparison there. It's like 1/3 of the size. So that's the problem what we had with the fender not fitting over the windshield washer bottle. So I'm glad that we found that one in stock, brand new as well. So I've got that one as a solution, thankfully. Interior, we've got the dash almost going in. The doors are done. The locks I still need to put on. Windows still need to go in as well. So you can see here, I've completed another door. So getting all the window regulators and the lock mechanisms working on there, all the harnesses and stuff, rubbers, the seals. So that's looking really good. So super happy with the progress we made today, getting all the lines connected, all the hoses and plugs. So yeah, it's starting to look like a car again now. So yeah, you've connected the subframe now to the lower ball joint, as well as the steering arm. So now we can try to get this tie rod end off, because this nut is quite seized. But now that we've got a support here, we can try to hold it there and see if we can get it loose. Yeah, so now it's just a matter of getting all the fluids done, and then we're pretty much good to go. Alright, so here's where we're going to leave it, sign it off for the end of this video. And just keep watching until the next episode when we get this thing fired up. So stay tuned and keep watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and definitely subscribe for more of this content.